In the West, I felt so free.
Yeah.
I felt to dance the beautiful ballets, the Nutcracker, Swan Lake, is just magical. In China, we were only allowed to dance the political ballets with guns,
Yes.
swords, grenades in our hands.
And then one day you meet Elizabeth Mackey.
Yes. She was a gregarious. She was beautiful and she was my first love. And then I struggled because I wanted to go back to China and I want to save my family, help my family. But at the same time, I loved Elizabeth.
Lee wanted to stay in America with Elizabeth. But with his scholarship and visa about to end, his return to China was inevitable. So 3 days before he was due to fly home, Lee and Elizabeth got married.
But of course, when I told my director, Ben Stevenson, that, and he said, we have to tell the Chinese consulate officials. When I phoned the Chinese Consul General, and he said, come to the consulate, we have a chat, and then you can tell us what happened, and then you can go on your honeymoon. I didn't realize that was a trap.
Now in the confines of the Chinese consulate, Lee, just 20, would have to make a seemingly impossible decision.
They basically said, you have no right to get married. You can't make that decision. We make the decision for you.
Yeah.
They see me as the property of China. They don't see I have individual rights. And then 4 guards came to drag me away. Eventually locked me up inside of the consulate on the top floor in this dark room where there are metal bars on the windows. And then when they closed the door, 2 guards said outside there, we're going to kill this bastard tonight.
You heard them say that?
And then that was when I thought my life would be finished.
Wow.
And then that whole night, most of the night, they interrogated me. Then eventually the threat came. And the threat not just about my life, but also about my parents, my brothers. The worst thought was that I might have brought more trouble, misery into their lives.
Yes.
And that's where I really, virtually nearly gave in. It was really 2 choices they gave me. One is if I agreed to go back to China, I would live my life. But I realized I would forever live my life without freedom. And the second choice was if I refused their demand, and my life could possibly end that night.
Lee has spent the day confined in the Chinese consulate here.
While Lee was being held inside, outside, he was making headlines. His detention created a political storm between the Chinese and American governments. FBI agents surrounded the consulate and Vice President George Bush Sr. intervened. Lee, unaware, was still being interrogated.
One thing that didn't allow me to give in to their demand was my peasant parents instilled principles and values, which is to live a life with dignity, pride, and honesty. And those words just kept sounding in my ears that night. And I thought if I had chosen the easy way out to go back to China, I would have lost all of that. I might as well never lived.
After 21 hours of negotiations, Lee was released as a free man, but he lost his Chinese citizenship.